Hi everyone, I'm about to set off on the longest journey I've ever done in an EV in my Macan 4S behind us. Very fortunately, I've been invited to the Regional Director Conference for PCGB at Porsche AG to learn all about the Sonderwunsch programme, what that can offer to our customers. So I thought, as part of the Charge with Experience programme, what better way to get involved in that than try and see how easy it is to do an intercontinental trip in an EV. From Porsche Centre South Lakes in the UK to Porsche AG in Stuttgart. I'm going to use the Porsche charging planner, which I've never done before, so I'll keep you posted. We'll see how we go. Very successful mission. First charging stop, the delightful Watford Gap services. The charging, already charging at 246 kilowatts. The car's preheated the battery, ready for charging. And even though it's school holiday weekend, thankfully the chargers are really empty, so there's loads of options. Okay, so it's super tempting to stay on the charger until 100%, but I'm going to trust the charging planner, and it's now hit 73, 74%. So the car's telling me that I should just unplug and head off. So at various points throughout the video, at different charge stops, you may hear me reference a error with the Porsche charging service activation and not being able to initiate a charge through the My Porsche app or the charge card. It turns out this was a user error, so a good learning curve for my trip. I was plugging the vehicle in first, then trying to initiate the charge, and I found out that on certain types of charger, certain makes of charger, you need to initiate the charge first using the My Porsche app or your charge card, then plug the vehicle in, and I had absolutely no issues. So sadly for me, I only found this out at Calais on my return. However, I now know this for the future. So first charge in France, sun's out. We're at Ionity, target charge reached in about 12 minutes before we're heading off again, so can't see it because of the sun, but yeah, it's all going very well so far. Super easy to start the charge, and yeah, we've got 12 minutes to go and get a drink, quick wee, and then back on the road. Happy days. So some nice views, nice weather through France. We've taken on board a few tolls. I can highly recommend the e-motorways toll tag. That makes driving through these tolls a lot easier than having to put cash in every time. That will charge back to your bank account. And now arriving at the hotel. Probably the most complicated charging attempt of the trip. One of these posts that we've had to use with a public charging cable, which I've never really done before. Probably more user error, to be fair. My Porsche app, for some reason, even though they're listed on there, just wasn't working. It's probably an issue with the charger speaking to the app. So anyway, I've been able to pay with credit card, so we're charging overnight. To be honest, it wouldn't be that much of a problem because there's something ludicrous like 20 Ionity chargers about half a mile away, so I could just bang them on there in the morning. But anyway, got it charging, so got a parking place right near the front door for the night. Happy days. I'm using the charge planner or route planner in my Porsche app to plan my route and putting in my first stop of the trip, which is the Golden Tulip in Reims. This is the night before I travel. So I found the hotel, added that as a destination, and now I'm going to choose my departure time. So I'm telling the app that I want to leave tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. And now I'm going to tell it that I want to go to the Channel Tunnel to ensure that it routes me the correct way and I don't end up at a ferry port. And then I'm going to tell the app that my car will be charged at 100% by the time I leave. I can also then change a few other settings like how low I am happy with a battery to be when I get to a charge stop and how much charge I want at our destination. And it's not taken very long, and the route has been planned. The charge stops have been planned, as in where I need to stop to charge and how long for. And before I'd ever used this, I would stop and charge to 100% at every charger that I found, and that seems to be the slowest way of possibly doing it. So you'll see that these charge times are very short, some of them 16 minutes, some of them 9 minutes, 12 minutes, and that really seems to be the most efficient way in terms of time to get the most charge into the car as quickly as possible. So you'll see I'm clicking into some of the charge stops here. If I click on them, it'll show me some more details about the chargers, what brand they are, how fast they are, etc. So yeah, really impressed with that. And this took any sort of range anxiety or charging anxiety out of the equation completely for me, because it was really easy to just set it, forget it. It worked everything out for me. Really impressed with it. And you can see here I'm going to send the route to the vehicle so that when I get in the car tomorrow morning to leave on my journey, As soon as I open the door, turn the car on, it will be in my PCM, all programmed, ready to go. So yeah, super impressed with this overall, made the journey incredibly simple. So it was quite nice to see signs for Stuttgart, a final destination after a long journey. Luckily for me, Porsche had chosen the Porsche Design Tower as the hotel for the trip, which was attached to the Porsche Centre in Stuttgart, which had the fast chargers. So I thought it would be good timing to top up to 100% in readiness for me setting off back in the next couple of days. Started this trip, I thought the most challenging part of it might be the range, or it could have been the public charging. It turns out it's actually trying to get into a car park in Germany through a barrier when you're on your own in a right-hand drive car. So that was the most challenging part of the trip, I would say, which I think does say quite a lot for how easy the charging was for the full trip. So the most challenging part was climbing across the car and nearly having to get out the car to get a ticket for the car park for the hotel. Okay, so first charge after leaving Stuttgart, we're at Shell Recharge. With something going on with my Porsche app, not sure why, but it's really struggling to authorize charges. However, it's easy enough just to swipe the credit card and get going with the charging session. So I think I need to probably log out of the app and try again. Got a bank of chargers here. There's quite a few cars. So busy spot, but a great run down the Autobahn, making good progress. Charged up in about 10 minutes and ready for the next leg. So this is definitely giving me a lot of confidence in driving electric cars on long distances. Another situation where the charge planner had me charging for 9 minutes. By the time I'd got a coffee, some food, comfort break, I needed to wait for longer, so I could have been on my way 7 minutes ago. But you can see 16 minutes charge. We've gone from 20% to 72%, and this car's charging faster than I can recharge my body, so it's pretty impressive. I've been using the adaptive cruise control on this Macan 4S. Very, very impressed with that. It has taken quite a lot of sort of stress and monotony out of the journey. Clearly, you've still got to concentrate and focus, but that system for me has been an absolute godsend. So I was really fortunate on the leg back to Reims that I was driving into the sunset for the evening, which made for some absolutely stunning backdrops. As the night went on, the view got even nicer, and here we are pulling into Ionity for the final charge before Reims. So loads of available chargers. Literally couldn't have been simpler at this particular station. I just arrived at these Ionity chargers. Last stop before Reims, just need a few minutes to charge up, so we get there with 25% battery. So far, all going well. We'll see what happens when we plug in here. Hopefully my Porsche app will work, and we'll get going in a few minutes. So the My Porsche charging worked fine. We are charging at 226, I think, 228 kilowatts. Okay, so with the speed of these chargers, which I keep banging on about, I've got like 7 minutes till the target charge is reached, so time to go and get some refreshments and check back in a few minutes. Don't want to sound like a broken record, but we're 12 minutes into the session of charging and we're ready to go. Beautiful sunset in the background and it's stunning. So looking forward to our last hour and a half of driving tonight, and we'll get going. And I have to say I'm super happy and super impressed with the overall drivability and comfort of the Macan 4S. Ride quality is fantastic. Very, very comfortable place to be. I've got music on, podcasts on. So first leg of the return journey done. We're at the Old Faithful, the Golden Tulip in Reims. So we're on some post charger things, just about to get the public charge cable out and get hooked up, and then we'll hope it works again. Fingers crossed. The Macan BEV of the 4S that I'm driving has been fantastically comfortable. Ride quality's been excellent. Cabin noise has been excellent. It still has been a lot of fun on the Autobahns when the opportunity is allowed. The car clearly has a huge amount of performance. It's been quite good fun to stretch the legs of an EV on the Autobahn. Never had that opportunity before, so you get the benefit of the sort of quiet ride, comfortable chassis and suspension setup, but you don't lack or you don't lose out or miss out on the sheer speed and performance of the vehicle either. Okay, all sorted. So definitely user error last time, or lack of knowledge basically. I think it's time to head in for a well-earned beer before the long run back tomorrow. Actually looking forward to it. It's been really straightforward, so fingers crossed for more of the same tomorrow. Cheers. Morning, last leg from Reims home, leaving the hotel. So yeah, we've got about 3 hours to the channel, and then God knows in England. We'll see what traffic's doing. See you in a bit. So final stop before the tunnel. We're at a different type of charger, so it's quite a different layout, but it's really good, super fast. Just off the auto route. Auto route's just there behind us. So yeah, really simple. And the My Porsche app worked absolutely fine to get charged. So we're going to see what we're currently charging at. Let's have a look here. What have we got? 186 kilowatts. So yeah, super quick. I think the charge planner wants me here for about 17 minutes, and then we'll be at 83-84% and onwards to the tunnel, and from there to the UK. So yeah, keep you posted. Okay, so the charge planner has taken me for a quick fill for literally 5 minutes before getting on the tunnel. I think it's planning that it will get me to a better place in the UK in terms of faster chargers. Figured out it's user error on my part as to why the My Porsche app won't work to initiate the charges. On some of these chargers, like the Electras, you have to initiate it on the app first and wait till it's validated, then plug the car in. Essentially, I was plugging the car in first, and then what I was finding was the My Porsche app was thinking the charger was already in use by someone else. So although I'm nearly home, at least I've found that out now, so it's not really a fault with the app, which is great news. So actually, I think in hindsight I would have been able to activate every charge session through the My Porsche app, which is great news because that would also make it cheaper. I think I'll have to do a run up of the pricing of the whole trip in due course, and in the meantime just deciding whether I get some refreshment from Burger King or not. So I just wanted to give a final sign off after the video with my general thoughts to the trip. I'm home after this 1700 mile round trip to the regional director meeting in Stuttgart, and the Macan 4S was absolutely brilliant. I could not have asked for any more out of the car. Did 1700 miles in complete comfort and still great fun to drive, even including the Autobahn. And interestingly, kind of drove it exactly the same as I would have done an ICE car, and I only needed just under 3 hours, I think 2 hours 50 minutes of exact charge time on the road, which was far less than I thought for such a long trip. The My Porsche app and the charge planner worked really well. They took any kind of thought or anxiety out of the trip, and it just made it great fun. So overall for me, when I look at the cost comparison as well, it was cheaper than the petrol alternatives. It was just as much fun, and it was quite an exciting adventure. So yeah, I'd highly recommend it to anyone. You can do long journeys in EVs, and it's really simple. So thanks for watching.